Hello, good morning. The frequently asked question is, if you are a dual citizen and you have two passports, which passport do you present when you're traveling to the Philippines? Okay, so that's the question. And you hang loose and I'll give you the details. I have two passports and I'm traveling, let's say, from the US to the Philippines. Which one do I present? First of all, when you go to the airlines, they will be asking you for a passport. You can give them this because this will show that you can stay in the Philippines for as long as you want. That is not immigration, that is just the airline. And the reason they're asking you that is they want to make sure when you get to the Philippines, you have the visa or the passport to stay in the Philippines, because if you don't, they will get penalized heavily, very heavily. And that's the reason why they're asking for it. It's not for immigration. However, in the United States, when you're exiting the US, you don't usually go through immigration. You only go through immigration when you're coming to the US. When you're exiting the US, there is no immigration. Now, if you feel more comfortable, you can also show them this. Again, that is just to satisfy them that you'll be okay. The problem with presenting a US passport is your stay will be limited. And if you have a ticket that's, let's say, 2 years or 1 year return, they may say, oh gee, this is not enough, because you will only be allowed to spend 30 days or 1 year if you're a balikbayan. But by giving them this, it will automatically allow you to board a plane to get to the Philippines. Now you get to the Philippines, what do? You present them with both. Both passports will be presented at the immigration office in the Philippines. And the reason is they will stamp this admission both in the Philippines and also in the US. The date you were admitted is going to be stamped on both passports. Now, when you come back out, unlike the US that doesn't check passports when you get out, when you're getting out of the Philippines, you also go through immigration. You present them again with both passports because they will stamp the exit date both on the US passport and the Philippine passport. Now, when you get to the US, all you have to present is this passport. This passport tells the US that you are authorized to stay and live in the US. And they'll ask you, well, where have you been? So they will look at this and they will see the entry stamp and the exit stamp. That suffices for the US. So again, to get out, use Philippine passport in the US, okay? Not immigration, but the airlines. When you get to the Philippines, you use both, okay? Then when you get out of the Philippines, you also use both. And make sure that your US passport is stamped with entry date and exit date. Okay? Then when you come to the US, just show them the US passport. If in doubt, it's okay to present both. Don't be afraid. Don't have to hide. Everything is legal in the United States. They do accept dual citizenship. And in the Philippines, of course, they'd love you to be dual. So in either case, it's okay. Now, the question is, what if you're in the Philippines and you want to travel somewhere else? And I'm going to use one extreme. Let's say Cuba. I think Filipinos can travel to Cuba, but not Americans. So you cannot use a US passport. You have to use Philippine passport, both in and out. Okay? And as far as the US is concerned, you have never been to Cuba. Let's say you are in the Philippines and you want to go to Japan, Tokyo, whatnot. I don't know what the visa requirements is for Filipinos, but I heard that sometimes it's better to travel with a Philippine passport and not the US passport because you get more privileges as a Filipino citizen. So in that case, only use the Philippine passport. Ignore the US passport. So you only use this when you come back to America, okay? And you will need 2 stamps. So that's all I can tell you. Unfortunately, I do not have the requirements if you're living or traveling to and from different states. If I do, I'll give that to you, but I don't. So if you have any questions or if you want clarification on anything, please comment down below. And I'll appreciate it if you like and subscribe so that you will get updates on my future videos. Have a nice day.